TV Syracuse, the local station. You're watching the morning news.
Looks huge, that stadium.
Yeah, I was like,
My goodness.
that looks big.
Yeah. Hey, welcome in. It is 5 o'clock on Monday, August 10th. You have Ryan and Kate here. Rachel has the morning off. Thank you so much for joining us. Saturday, it was too hot to do anything because of the humidity.
Yeah.
And then Sunday, boy, it was beautiful.
It was gorgeous yesterday, even though it was still in the 80s, but you could really feel the difference in the air. I'm telling you, that's why we always focus on that dew point temperature, because you still had mid-80s both days, but you could feel the difference in that air.
Such a difference.
My flowers got some good soaking rain showers on Saturday.
Same.
It certainly needed it, and this morning, it feels very pleasant outside this morning. Still, we're in the 50s and 60s, and the humidity is not bad this morning, but we are expected to kind of get those dew point temperatures back up. We're forecasting highs in the 80s. On the satellite radar, we do have some clouds rolling in here, and we're watching for a little bit of rain. You see that cluster of storms out near Detroit? That's what we are going to be tracking later on this afternoon. We'll see how those storms kind of evolve here. But highs in the low 80s. You'll have sun mixing in with some clouds. Humidity is on the rise. We'll be dealing with these occasional passing rain showers, especially right in the mid-afternoon. We'll have more on that with your Timecast coming up.
Thank you so much. There have been some days when we've been stuck in the haze from the Canadian wildfires, but that's not the case this morning. You can see the air quality meter behind me. We are in the green, but it is a different story out west. Wildfires ripping through Pacific Coast states like Washington and Oregon. New video now from ABC's Sophie Flay.
This morning, deadly wildfires burning out of control in the west. Firefighters working to contain nearly 100 large fires nationwide. In Utah, hundreds of thousands of acres scorched. 2 pilots were killed fighting a 174 square mile wildfire still burning. The helicopter flying in an area of steep terrain crashed, igniting another fire.
Unfortunately, the fire does not stop to let our boots on the ground mourn their comrades. So it's very heavy out there.
People in southern Oregon forced to evacuate as the Wright Spring fire grows in size. A contractor died while helping firefighters, the flames cutting him off from his escape route. Along the California-Nevada border, the so-called bug fire threatening homes near Reno. Across the region, extremely hot and dry conditions fueling the flames and straining firefighting resources. Officials forced to redeploy crews and shift equipment to the most dangerous areas. And north of the border, Canada battling its own fire crisis.
This fire is getting a lot closer.
More than 20,000 people ordered to flee their communities in British Columbia, now under a state of emergency.
Playing with the dog and noticed a big puff of smoke, and we started seeing all the soot come.
Sophie Flay, ABC News, New York.
Now, Storm Team meteorologist Kate Thornton with Central New York's most accurate forecast.
And a very good Monday morning to you, Cat B. Skynet 9 camera taking a live view right now out over downtown Syracuse, and everything is pretty quiet. We got some clouds, a few breaks in the clouds. We got 63 degrees for you this morning. Dew point temperatures are in the 50s, so it feels very comfortable this morning, but not necessarily the case going forward, though. Later this morning, around 9, 10 o'clock, there might be a few brief passing showers in here this afternoon. Not ruling out some scattered thunderstorms. The greater threat of storms, though, are closer down towards the southern tier in Pennsylvania, but we're waking up to a little bit of rain already up in Watertown and the North Country, so a little damp in some spots. Got one quick little shower just south of Ithaca, more clouds than anything. We're watching for this cluster right here. It's moving into Detroit, but a lot of this is staying right down towards Binghamton and central PA, but it does put parts of the southern half of our viewing area south of the thruway and a level 1 risk of severe weather for today. So any threat of rain, it's mostly heavy downpours. Similar setup to what we had on Saturday, where we had some very, very heavy thunder and with the rain coming down so heavily, where it even caused a few flash flood warnings. So we'll have to keep just a watchful eye on how things unfold this afternoon and this evening. With that said, there is plenty of rain-free time, so you don't need to go canceling any plans, but it's just something just to keep in mind and to watch out for if you are going to be out and about at all for today. And you can see even later on today, most of the showers are very isolated in nature, and a lot of it is concentrated south of the thruway. Our humidity is starting to come up a bit. We're going to keep it warm, muggy, and even a little bit of patchy fog when you wake up tomorrow morning. And then as the day goes on, we'll clear these clouds out. There might be a little bit of some wildfire smoke haze in the sky, but shouldn't affect our air quality all too much, and we'll be pretty quiet for tomorrow. High temperatures today in the low 80s, upper 70s in some of our cooler spots, and the humidity is coming back up. We had a break from the stuffiness yesterday, but it is back on the rise with dew points expected to be back up to near 70 again today, and then we'll gradually scale it back as the week goes on. Overnight temperatures keeping it warm, a little uncomfortable for sleeping with lows in the mid-60s. Highs tomorrow we're back into the 80s. A few 70s in some spots, but shouldn't be quite as muggy for tomorrow. And we'll stay in the 80s for the next few days. I know that we're getting into mid-August, and so we're going to start kind of losing some traction here, kind of losing out on some pool days. But if you're not a fan of the 80s, I have some of that for you too. The end of the week, we got our next front here on Thursday, giving us a few scattered rain showers. Behind that, we have daytime highs in the mid-70s, and overnight lows are in the 50s. And a lot of dry time setting up for Friday and into the weekend as well.
Thank you, Kate.
Now, your forecast first. Certified as Central New York's most accurate.
But we do have a little bit of rain kind of sneaking through here later this morning, this afternoon. We're watching out for a few scattered showers and thunderstorms. It's warm. It's getting muggy again today with highs in the 80s.
It is 5:17.
Now, your forecast first. Certified as Central New York's most accurate.
Well, it doesn't feel that bad outside this morning. Our dew point temperatures are in the 50s, but look what happens as the day goes on. Up we go. This afternoon, we are spending the day with dew points in the mid to upper 60s. That is muggy, so it feels pretty great right now. It's not going to be lasting, though, very long. If you are going to be out and about today, maybe you plan on going boating and all. We have temperatures around 80 degrees. Just keep a watchful eye to the sky. We do run the risk of a few showers moving through mid-morning, but later this afternoon, a couple thunderstorms cannot be completely ruled out. Gusty winds and very heavy downpours, though, because of how much moisture is in the air, are certainly possible once again. So just be careful about that. A little bit of fog when you wake up tomorrow morning, increasing sunshine. Wednesday, not too shabby right now. Thursday, we're expecting some scattered rain showers. Again, not a washout, but that'll bring a bit of a pattern change for us, for temperatures to run slightly below average. We'll end the week in the mid-50s, or mid-70s, I should say, and then overnight temperatures are in the 50s.
From WSYR TV Syracuse, the local station, you're watching the Morning News.
Well, this is always a fun one. The Corgis are back at Saratoga Racecourse next weekend after a smash debut last year. The Corgi Cup will be taking place at the historic racetrack this Sunday, and the returning champ, Sam, will be back to defend his title. Tickets, by the way, are available online for just $7. There you go.
That's a bargain.
Yeah, that is a bargain. You never know what's going to happen when the Corgis take the track there.
They're coming to the fair, too, right? Are
Yeah.
they doing corgi racing?
They are
this
doing,
year?
yeah, that's right.
Oh, I'm excited to see that. Although my kids are going to be like, can we take it home? I'm like, no.
Yeah. No. You win a goldfish and take that one home. Oh, boy. My parents have been warned. No more goldfish when the kids go to any of these festivals. All right, welcome in. It is 5:30 on Monday, August 10th. You have Ryan and Kate here. Rachel has the morning off, and we are hoping and praying for a repeat of yesterday. Boy, was that beautiful.
It was gorgeous. But no, today might be a little bit of a repeat of Saturday.
Oh, that was muggy.
It was. Humidity is going back up again.
Okay.
Yeah, so it feels great this morning, but clouds are moving in. We can already see a little bit of that rain trying to flirt with New York State. It's mostly been hanging out down in Pennsylvania. And some of you up in the North Country have waken up maybe to some rain showers. You see that cluster moving into Detroit. We're going to watch how that evolves as the day goes on. Right now, the main threat for these storms are staying closer to the New York and Pennsylvania borders. But if you do live south of the Thruway, you are at risk for seeing a thunderstorm producing some gusty winds and heavy rain. 63 right now with a dew point of 57. This is about as good and comfortable as it is going to get for the rest of the day. A few isolated thunderstorms certainly possible, but plenty of rain-free time. But the mugginess is back with highs in the 80s.
Okay, thank you.
Now, Storm Team meteorologist Kate Thornton with Central New York's most accurate forecast.
And a very good Monday morning to you. Live view right now from the Cat V Skynet 9 camera looking out over Oswego. Still kind of cloudy, but hazy outside. We have sunrise coming up in about 15 minutes or so. We have 63 degrees with a dew point of 57. This is about as comfortable as it's going to feel for a little while. Dew point temperatures are on the rise. Air temperatures also getting back up into the 80s. And with that added humidity, we do have a bit of a chance of some scattered rain showers, a few thunderstorms. Not completely ruling that out. On the radar, we are quiet here in central New York, but if we look up north, we have some very light sprinkles. A lot of this isn't even really reaching the ground. More of a mist than anything. Let's widen the view out though. Clouds are starting to move in. Occasional rain showers later this morning, but it will be very few and far between. It's later in the afternoon, though. We'll watch out for this cluster right here that's moving into Detroit to kind of move over Lake Erie and move closer towards central New York. But the main threat is likely going to stay south of the thruway and closer towards Ithaca, Cortland, Norwich, Binghamton, and down into Pennsylvania. But with that said, we'll be in and out of these occasional showers this morning. Plenty of sunshine and dry time this afternoon. This afternoon storm threat is pretty isolated. You can see there's about like 1 or 2 clusters that pop up. When these do pop up, though, they'll have some gusty winds and some very heavy rainfall out of it. There's going to be a lot of moisture in the air for all this to work with this afternoon. And so a little bit of a similar setup to what we had on Saturday, where it was very warm, it was very soupy, and then you had these just kind of very scattered thunderstorms throughout the area. Not everyone got rain, but then when you got rain, you got rain. Overnight, things kind of quiet down a little bit. We have some clouds. We're keeping it warm. A little bit of fog around because the humidity is still with us through tomorrow morning. And then we'll gradually dry things out. Tomorrow looks pretty good. We'll have some sunshine. Might be a touch of a wildfire haze out there. But the AQI levels are expected to be okay for today and tomorrow. High temperatures today back into the 80s. So another warm day, seasonably warm out there. Bit of a breeze. The humidity, dew points right now are in the 50s. But by this afternoon, they are climbing back up to near 70. So we're back into that very soupy feel, and then things gradually get a little bit better. We're still feeling a touch humid for Tuesday, Wednesday. Thursday's the next cold front, and that'll bring in some more comfortable air at the end of the week. Tonight's lows in the 60s to near 70. We are keeping it pretty warm overnight, and then tomorrow's highs up near 80 again. If you don't hit 80, you'll come pretty close in the upper 70s. The wind comes from the northwest for tomorrow as well. Wednesday, not too shabby. Remember, we got that partial solar eclipse going on, so if you have those eclipse glasses, the sun hopefully cooperates for that.
Now, your forecast first. Certified as Central New York's most accurate.
Well, if you want to take advantage of how comfortable it feels this morning, I highly recommend getting your early morning walk and run in earlier versus later, because it is back into the 80s. The humidity is back up, and we're also running the risk of a few thunderstorms later today as well.
At 5:51 here.
Now, your forecast first. Certified as Central New York's most accurate.
Well, if you had today circled on the calendar for a beach day. Now, it feels pretty comfortable outside. A little cool this morning. The humidity rises. We have highs in the 80s. So that's good temperatures for the beach. But just keep in mind, we do run the risk of a few showers this morning and then again some scattered thunderstorms in the afternoon. That's not a guarantee, though, that is going to be storming on your plans, though. So I just want you to have fun. We only have a few more weeks of summer left. We have 80s only for the next couple of days before our temps turn a little bit cooler. So just keep an eye to the sky. Be smart about it. Watch the sky, watch the radar. As far as any wildfire smoke, this map is going to look a lot worse than what I think things will actually be. You see a lot of that right, you're like, oh my goodness. Right now, the AQI is not forecast to be sky high for us. Today should be green, good. Tomorrow looks moderate. So a lot of it should be in the upper levels, enough to not really be too much of an issue with the air quality for us.
Okay, that's good news. Before we tell you today's question of the day, let's remind you of the answer to Friday's question. We were asking which...
West YR TV Syracuse, the local station. You're watching the morning news.
And And a very good morning to you. Welcome in. It is 6 o'clock, Monday, August 10th. You have Ryan and Kate here with you. Rachel has the morning off. Glad you were here. And you're saying we're going to be heating it back up. Temperature-wise, kind of the same, but we're talking about the humidity rising again.
Yeah.
And we felt, we had a science lesson over the weekend, right? Saturday and Sunday. What a difference.
So Saturday's high was 87, but the dew point was 71.
Oh, yeah.
Yesterday's high was 84. Okay, 3-degree difference, but the dew point was 51.
Yes.
It's a 20-degree difference between the dew point temperatures, and boy, could you feel it yesterday.
Yeah, it felt warm, and then the day before it felt uncomfortable.
Yeah.
Like you're wearing a sweater.
Oh, my goodness. I was at a friend's house, and there were still just water droplets all under her canopy in the evening because it was just so muggy. Everything was just still wet to the touch. It was like, whoa. But yeah, so we'll have a little bit more of that again later on today. I do think today's weather is going to be a little bit of a similar setup to what we had on Saturday. So it feels pretty nice and comfortable this morning. We are waking up to some clouds, and you can see some of that rain trying to sneak in. We got a couple little showers now just popping up over parts of the Finger Lakes. Here's what it looks like in Morrisville from the Cap V Skynet 9 camera. Kind of a cloudy, murky start to the day. 60 with a dew point of 57. That's not bad, but that number is expected to climb back up to near 70, air temperatures in the 80s. And like on Saturday, we didn't have a lot of rain as far as coverage goes, but within these scattered thunderstorms, they produced a lot of rain. And so we're going to keep a watchful eye on that this afternoon.
Thank you so much, Kate. So there have been some days when we've been stuck in the haze from the Canadian wildfires, but that's not the case this morning. You can see the air quality meter right here behind me. We are in the green this morning, but it's a different story out west. Wildfires ripping through Pacific Coast states like Washington and Oregon. New video now from ABC's Sophie Flay.
This morning, deadly wildfires burning out of control in the west. Firefighters working to contain nearly 100 large fires nationwide. In Utah, hundreds of thousands of acres scorched. 2 pilots were killed fighting a 174-square-mile wildfire still burning. The helicopter, flying in an area of steep terrain, crashed, igniting another fire.
Unfortunately, the fire does not stop to let our boots on the ground mourn their comrades. So it's very heavy out there.
People in southern Oregon forced to evacuate as the Wright Spring fire grows in size. A contractor died while helping firefighters, the flames cutting him off from his escape route. Along the California-Nevada border, the so-called bug fire threatening homes near Reno. Across the region, extremely hot and dry conditions fueling the flames and straining firefighting resources. Officials forced to redeploy crews and shift equipment to the most dangerous areas. And north of the border, Canada battling its own fire crisis.
This fire's getting a lot closer.
More than 20,000 people ordered to flee their communities in British Columbia, now under a state of emergency.
Playing with the dog and noticed a big puff of smoke, and we started seeing all the soot come.
Sophie Flay, ABC News, New York.
Now, Storm Team meteorologist Kate Thornton with Central New York's most accurate forecast.
And a very good Monday morning. Cap V Skynet 9 camera looking out over downtown Auburn. We got a bit of a cloudy start to our day, 60 degrees right now. Dew points are in the 50s. That's about as comfortable as it gets for today. That planner for today, and occasional showers passing on by here later on this morning. Otherwise, we'll be getting out of some sun, some clouds, a few thunderstorms later on today. Cannot be completely outruled here. So as we are looking at least a little bit of rain happening up in the North Country. It's been a couple sprinkles just trying to move over the Finger Lakes and over I-86. But here's what it looks like. Those are the birds in Montezuma, the refuge area. That's where this time of the year you can really sit on the radar, which is always really cool. As we take a wider view here, dealing with occasional showers. Most of our thunderstorms right now are in Pennsylvania, but it's this cluster right here that we'll be tracking as the day goes on. It's moving into Detroit right now, so it's easily about 10 hours away. So right around 3, 4, 5 o'clock today, we'll watch out for any rain and thunderstorms. And similar to what we had on Saturday, where there wasn't a lot of thunderstorms. If you actually looked at the radar, and there maybe only were like a few clusters here and there. But when it was raining, it was really coming down because there was a lot of moisture to work with. And we have a similar setup for today as well. The greatest risk for any of these storms to be severe, meaning the gusty winds and some hail, are likely going to stay closer towards Ithaca, Cortland, and south towards Binghamton and central Pennsylvania. Not really so much impacting central New York, but any of these showers and storms dumping a decent amount of rainfall in a short amount of time, not ruling that out. And then we'll keep it kind of cloudy, a little muggy overnight, and then tomorrow, a little bit of fog in the morning. During the day, we'll have more of that sunshine. Might be a touch of that wildfire haze in the sky as well. And our temperatures will be around 80 degrees. High temperatures today in the low to mid 80s. Again, dealing with occasional rain showers from time to time today. Dew point temperatures 50s now. By this afternoon, we're back up to 70. That's where we were on Saturday. So we're feeling that soupiness again. It backs off a little bit for Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. Thursday is our next front, and that brings in some much more comfortable air for the end of the week. Tonight's temperatures, lows are in the mid 60s. Again, showers and storms, they will taper off, leaving us with some areas of fog. Tomorrow's highs, upper 70s to low 80s. The humidity a little bit less for tomorrow with increasing sunshine. Wednesday, with some good luck, we should be able to catch that partial solar eclipse. Hey, maybe you're lucky and you're heading out to Spain or Iceland to go check it out. If you do, if you're one of those and you're flying internationally here in the next day or two, you better send us pictures of it. That's all I got to say. If you're keeping it local, if you didn't get rid of those eclipse glasses, you'll want them on Wednesday. You can get more of that on our website, localsyr.com. A few showers on Thursday.
Okay.
We like some fun stuff going on in space.
Yeah, that is true.
Makes things interesting.
We do enjoy that. Hey, we enjoy their questions.
Your forecast first. Certified as Central New York's most accurate.
Well, if you were looking to do some grilling today, you don't want to fire up the oven, I hear you. Now, later on today, you're just going to have to watch out for a few showers and thunderstorms. Just keep an eye to the sky and on the radar. It is going to be quite muggy again today.
Now, your forecast first. Certified as Central New York's most accurate.
If you have any day trip plans for today, just keep in mind there will be the risk of rain showers and thunderstorms. Your thunderstorm threat really increased, though, in the mid-afternoon down towards the southern tier. So maybe if you had hiking plans down towards Ithaca, going down towards the Catskills, that's where you just want to keep a very watchful eye on things. If you're heading up to Old Forge, Water Safari, you got temperatures in the upper 70s. A lot of dry time. We're maybe heading out towards Seabreeze, out towards Darien Lake, anything like that. You got temperatures around 80 degrees. Again, everyone is at risk of rain and thunderstorms, but it's not a washout of a day. But it is pretty muggy. We got temperatures up around 80 degrees. Again, you just want to keep a very watchful eye to the sky if you're out on the boat for today. There's not that much of a breeze out there, so wave heights about a foot or less across the board. As far as any wildfire smoke, we've been talking about this, and you're going to notice kind of a lot of red moving over Syracuse for tomorrow. The AQI is forecast to be moderate, so between about 50 and 100 for tomorrow. And even though this map looks pretty gnarly, a lot of that is staying in the upper levels of the atmosphere and really shouldn't impact the air quality all too much. After Thursday, our temperatures take a little bit of a hit in the mid-70s, and then we'll just kind of maintain around 80 degrees, which is average for this time of year. Not exactly hot enough for the pool, but oh well.
It's fine to be average. Lived my whole life that way.
From WSYR TV Syracuse, the local station, you're watching the Morning News.
Hey, the Corgis are back at Saratoga Racecourse next weekend after a smash debut last year. The Corgi Cup will be taking place at the historic racetrack this Sunday, and the returning champ, Sam, will be back to defend his title.
He looks like a Sam.
He does look like a Sam. Good boy, Sam. Tickets are available online for just $7.
Look at that.
That Corgi had like a scooter.
Yeah.
Must have had a reason to use that.
Fun little wheels.
Yeah, little wheels to get around the track. We actually have Corgi races, I believe, at the fair this year.
That's what I hear.
Yeah.
That'll be fun.
That will be fun.
My girls will love it, although they'll be like, can we take one of them home? I'm like, no.
Just keep throwing treats towards the car.
I know.
Corey's a run to it. Hey, welcome in. We are glad that you were here. It is 6:30. I have Ryan and Kate here, August 10th. Rachel has the day off, and we are talking about some more humidity creeping back in today, huh?
We are, yeah. It doesn't feel bad outside this morning, but this afternoon's going to feel a lot like how it did on Saturday.
Oof.
And just how sticky and soupy it was.
It was.
Yeah, and then you had a few rain showers. There were some spots you maybe got nothing, and others you got downpour, just depending on the time of day. Yeah. One of those types of situations again this afternoon. So on the satellite radar, we got some clouds moving in. Got a little bit of rain trying to develop out over the Finger Lakes this morning. So we'll see a few of these showers just kind of passing on by here. So we take a live view from our Cat V Skynet 9 camera out over downtown Syracuse. It is warm. It doesn't feel bad outside right now. It's 57 with the dew point temperature, so that's not bad, but that starts to go up. We'll get grazed by a couple of showers, but most of our thunderstorms are happening this weekend. Oop, I think we might have a bird on our camera. It's kind of shaking around here. And we'll talk more about this with your Timecast coming up in a few minutes.
Thank you so much, Kate. It's been our time.
Now, Storm Team meteorologist Kate Thornton with Central New York's most accurate forecast.
And a very good Monday morning. We got a live view right now from our Cat V Skynet 9 camera. The camera's been shaking. See how it's shaking like that? I'm pretty positive there's a bird on top of it. I haven't seen any feathers or anything like that. But usually, because it's not windy outside, we have a very light breeze from the east-northeast. So I'm pretty sure there's a bird just kind of hanging out with us. All right, we're waking up around 60 degrees. Dew point temperatures in the 50s right now. That temperature made a big difference on how the air felt over the weekend, and it's going to start to go back up again today. A few showers moving on through here later on this morning, and a couple of thunderstorms this afternoon. There was lots of rain-free time, but it's really starting to get muggy once again with these temperatures back up to around 80 degrees. Things are pretty quiet on the radar right now. There's not much happening in Syracuse. We can see the birds taking flight here. That's being picked up by the radar. Few showers starting to move in out over the western part of the Finger Lakes. We've had a couple sprinkles up in the North Country, and so it's not 100% dry today, but it's not an all-day washout either. Actually, it's this right here that we're going to keep a very watchful eye on as the day goes on. That's still easily about 8 to 10 hours away from here. So figure between 3 and 6 o'clock, that's when we'll have to be the most concerned about any storms. But here's what we're looking at. Potential rain and maybe a rumble thunder moving through parts of the Finger Lakes and south of Syracuse later this morning. A lot of dry time this afternoon, but there are still some widely scattered showers and an isolated thunderstorm. We do have a level 1 risk of severe weather today, but it's mostly for areas south of the Thruway, and those odds go up once you get into Pennsylvania. And so that shows you who has the best chance of seeing these gusty winds and heavy downpours, especially something just to keep an eye on, especially if you do have those outdoor plans for today. It's going to feel quite soupy out there again. We wake up tomorrow morning warm, a little muggy, and also dealing with some patchy fog, but during the afternoon we're pretty much dry. There might be a little bit of a haze from some wildfire smoke in the sky, and that's about it. We got highs today, upper 70s to low 80s, but the humidity is back with dew point temperatures climbing very quickly to near 70, 60s for those dew points, feeling humid Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and then we'll feel a lot more comfortable at the end of the week. Overnight temperatures in the 60s. We're going to keep it pretty warm, a little bit of fog, storms tapering off, and then we'll enjoy some hazy sunshine for tomorrow with those highs upper 70s to near 80 degrees. Wednesday so far looking pretty good right now. We'll have a little bit of rain again on Thursday. That front is what's bringing in temperatures in the mid-70s and overnight lows in the 50s to make things feel pretty nice and comfortable for the end of the week. Although it's not the hottest of temperatures for pool weather for mid-August, but
It's pretty good summer, though, for pools.
No? I don't think so.
Well, you like it when it's 95.
I know. I'm a wuss. I will not go into the pool. The water is below like 85.
It's like my kids.
And there hasn't been many days with that. I'll say that. So I'm super picky, though. I'm very picky.
As I tell
my kids don't care. They go in and whatever.
I grew up swimming in a creek. Get in there. 78 degrees is fine.
Yeah.
Hey, for today's question.
Now, your forecast first. Certified as Central New York's most accurate.
Well, we have occasional showers rolling on through here later this morning. Temperatures are heating up again. We got highs around 80 degrees, but the mugginess is back, along with the chance at some scattered thunderstorms later today. We are taking a look right now at the radar, and things are still fairly quiet. There are some very light showers moving over parts of the Finger Lakes, just about to get into Seneca County right now. We've had a couple sprinkles in the North Country. As the morning goes on, we'll keep an eye out for any passing showers, but your thunderstorm threat will go up a bit later on this afternoon. Temperatures right now, we're sitting at 60 degrees. Dew points are still in the 50s, but that's going up. It's going to get muggy again today. We have temperatures climbing up to right around 80 degrees, dew points near 70. And so right in between about 3 and 6 o'clock, some scattered thunderstorms are possible. Not everyone gets a storm, but when you do get in on one of these storms, you're probably going to get some pretty heavy downpours at times. And so we're just going to be careful about that. All right, going forward, we'll keep it pretty warm overnight. Tomorrow, increasing sun, highs around 80 degrees, looking pretty good on Wednesday. We'll have a few showers on Thursday, and then at the end of the week, we have highs only in the 70s, and overnight lows are in the 60s, and are in the 50s, I should say. So feeling a lot more comfortable at the end of the week. I know that's more up your alley.
Yeah.
I'm like, it's still technically summer. Give me summer weather.
I had a half marathon on Saturday.
Oh, I know. I was thinking of you, and I was like, oh.
It was so soupy.
Yeah.
Yeah. I finished.
You probably couldn't tell if you were sweating or crying, huh?
I was doing a little both, yeah. Several miles in, let me tell you. Sometimes the tears are more fierce than the actual sweat drops. All right, thank you so much for joining us. Join us at 7 o'clock, so right around the break on WSYR+.